Long overdue book review on Does Anyone Else Feel This Way? Essays on Conquering the Quarter Life Crisis by Eli Rallo. First and foremost, I like to say that Eli is a really good writer, which should not be overlooked. I think her word choice in this, how the stories flow, how even the order of the essays, I think is written really well and intentionally. I think what this book does for me is it had me look back over my life in my 20s and really reflect on who I thought I would be versus like who I am now, and all the lessons that I've learned and all the life lessons. And that's kind of what Eli talks about. A lot of these essays are written at different time periods throughout her 20s, which I think is really interesting because you get to see how her life changes and how her thought process changes. And that was really reflective for me because it's like who I thought I would be at 21 completely changed by the time I turned 22. And when I graduated from college and moved to the town I live in now, it's like so much change, and I didn't even think that I would be living in this place this long. I didn't think my life would be the way it would. By the time I got to 24, I felt like I was stuck and I was in a rut. But by the time I got to 25, I felt like I was killing it and I was on top of things again. By the time I got to 26, I was down again and I felt like I wasn't on the timeline that I wanted to be on in life. By the time I got to 28, everything worked out, and made me think about all those ups and downs and how everything ultimately worked for my like ultimate good. And so it's like I can happily look back and on my 20s knowing that like it ultimately went the way I wanted it to. But then there was also something this book brought out of me was a lot of grief as well. So there's an aspect to mourning different parts of my 20s. And not because I want to go back there, but simply just because I didn't know that those like times were coming to an end when they came to an end. Like she talks about the last time getting ready with her friends in like her college apartment before they go out. And it made me think about the last time I got ready with my friends, and it's like I didn't realize that was be the last time. Or it's so exciting to get ready to move to another city after college, but then you're not really realizing that you'll never live in the same place as some of your closest friends ever again. And so there's so many things that I look back on that while it's not that I necessarily want to go relive those moments, but there's an element of that time in my life that I'll never get to experience again. And I think she captured it really well in this one line. She said, "I wish for a do-over on all the joy I've lived just so I can experience again. I wish to make sense of all the pain just to put it easily to bed." And I feel like that's just such a great line. It captures, honestly, a lot of things in this book perfectly.